In breaking news, the Minister of Justice has made a decision into Oscar Pistorius' release, whether or not to release him. And we do have on the line with us Advocate Mthunzimhaga. Advocate, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. A decision has been made. What is the Minister's decision? Is Oscar Pistorius being released on Friday?
Minister Masuta, upon receipt of a petition from Progressive Women Movement of South Africa, proceeded to satisfy himself whether the decision and the process that was followed was in compliance with the legislation that regulates placing of offenders who are sentenced in terms of Section 276 of the Criminal Procedure Act under correctional supervision. And in that process established that, in fact, contrary to the stipulated legislation that requires consideration of such a claimant, of such an offender, when he has served at least 1/6 of that sentence, which is 10 months, a consideration and a decision to place him under correctional supervision was made by the parole board on the 5th of June, when this said offender had not completed the 1/6 of the sentence. And therefore, in terms of Section 77 of the Correctional Services Act, referred the matter to the Correctional Supervision and Parole Review Board so that the matter can be reviewed. The implication of such a decision by a minister means that the decision of the earlier parole board is suspended until such time that the review board has dealt with the matter.
Advocate, are you able to tell us, give us a time frame as to when this review will go through?
There is no indication from the chairperson of the NCCS, that is the Parole Review Board, when they will be able to entertain the matter or hear the review. But hopefully in the next couple of days or within a reasonable period of time, we'll have an indication when they are able to entertain.
All right. And Advocate, what happens now to the state's appeal in terms of the November hearing? Does that still go ahead? What happens to that?
These are two distinct processes in two distinct independent structures. One, there was a decision or the process of placement under correctional supervision done by the parole board, and there is an appeal process that is dealt with by the Supreme Court of Appeal. These are two distinct processes that can run parallel, so it doesn't affect it at this stage.
All right. So, Advocate, just to round it off there, so Oscar this Friday is staying in prison. He's not going anywhere.
That is the implication of the decision for referring the matter for a review, because the implication or consequence thereof is that that decision is suspended.
Advocate, thank you so much for your time here on PM News. We're going to take a very quick ad break. That was Advocate Mthunzimhaga explaining the decision to keep Oscar Pistorius in jail. He was due to be released on Friday.